gotta quit saying and so much. And and blah blah blah. Hi guys. So, how's this? I don't know. Usually, I'm gonna try this whole sitting down thing. Maybe it won't be so weird. We started from the bottom, now we're here, but it started from over there, now we're at the bottom. Right? So, today we're gonna do my November wrap-up and December TBR. Also, we're having a really bad hair day, so what do? First things first, you know, we're gonna try this whole having structure, doing booktube thing, where we say we're gonna read these certain books and then supposed to read them. Right off the bat, I messed everything all up and I read Stranger the Dreamer by Laini Taylor because fuck the system. I didn't mean to, I unpacked it, then I was like, oh yeah, it was one of my most anticipated reads of this year, and then I forgot it existed just with moving and everything, so came out of a box and then I was like, oh yeah, read like the first 2 pages and I was hooked. So this book broke me. Oh, it broke me so hard. Laszlo, I love you. I love you so much. It was so good. 5 out of 5, probably gonna be one of the best books I've read so far this year. Laini Taylor's writing style is, it's so beautiful. I mean, everybody says that, but it is. They are not lying. I'm just, you know, I'm just gonna read this because I'm really, turns out I get really nervous trying to talk to the camera and then everything about anything just all gone. On the second Sabbath of the 12th moon in the city of Weep, a girl fell from the sky. Her skin was blue, her blood was red. So this book follows Laszlo Strange, and he's a junior librarian war orphan who's obsessed with the city of Weep. And this book pretty much follows him joining an expedition to go back and help save the city of Weep. If you haven't read this, you need to. Even though, I mean, I'm upset. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a standalone, and then turns out the Muse of Nightmares will be out, I think, sometime next year. I can't find anywhere that has a specific release date for the Muse of Nightmares, so hopefully it's next year. Also, when I was trying to find out when the next book will be out, I realized that Laini Taylor is from Portland, Oregon, which is only like a 3.5, 4-hour drive from where I live now. So hopefully when it comes out, I can go to like a release party or something. I'm so pumped. That is one of the best things about living in the mainland again. I can go to events. I can meet authors and get them to sign my books in person. So I'm super excited for the Muse of Nightmares, even though I have no idea what I'm gonna get it. And then I did stick to my TBR finally, and I finished V.E. Schwab's Darker Shade of Magic. I know V.E. Schwab will probably never watch this video or any of my videos, but if you ever do, I'm sorry for everything that I said in my November TBR about just everything bad that I said. Everything bad that I thought. I really guess I tried to correct myself in that video, but I apologize because it's so fantastic. I took it with me back to Hawaii. I went home to visit and stayed with my best friend, and I finished it on the beach because that's what you do. You don't swim. Don't go in the ocean. It's scary. There's sharks in there. You sit there and look at the pretty scenery and read. So good. I compared it to Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere, and if you're a fan at all of Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere, you will love this. It's just so magical, and the magic system is amazing. We follow Kel, and he's one of like the only few Antari left in all of the parallel Londons. And Antari are magicians that can travel between worlds. It was great. I loved it. I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 5 stars just because I want more. It did wrap up really well, but I feel like there's so much more to this world, and I want it real bad. And since I was going to Hawaii. I had to take something from my TBR and get the audiobook for it. I read the audio, or I read the audio. Yeah, I read the audiobook. I listened to the audiobook for Bloodsong by Anthony Ryan, and oh my gosh, it's read by Stephen Brand, which I didn't know he did audiobooks. His voice though, his voice. I highly recommend the audiobooks for these because it was a little hard to follow just because with the audiobooks, they don't put in the breaks and stuff, so you don't know. It's a lot like The Name of the Wind, the writing style, that kind of, there's a chronicler retelling the story of Valen Alsorna. And in the audiobook, it makes it a little bit more difficult just because you don't know when it's cutting back and forth between present day, where Valen is a prisoner on a ship, and end of the story. It doesn't separate it very well in the audiobook, but it's still so worth it because, oh, Stephen Brand's voice. I'm gonna listen to all of the audiobooks. I don't even know what all he's narrated, but oh, it was good. He's got a good voice. But yeah, about the book. Amazing. I loved it. 5 out of 5. I've already got Power Lord on my December TBR. I've already downloaded the audiobook because please read some more to me, Stephen Brand. I love you. But it was great. So this book follows chronicler meeting Valen Alsorna and then telling his story. It does, as far as I could tell though, it's, you know, how like Name of the Wind. Name of the Wind was day 1. The Wise Man's Fear was day 2. And then eventually Doors of Stone, Patrick Rothfuss, will be day 3. This one pretty much sums it all up in the first book of Valen as a prisoner and him telling his story to the chronicler, and then it just blows you away in the end. So it's like, it was sitting at like, you know, like 3, 4 star, 3, 4 star, and then the end just, it was so good. Like, I loved it, and I can't wait to continue on with Tower Lord. Actually finished Bloodsong on the plane ride home. Life happened, Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So I picked up Fence by C.S. Pacat. This is her new thing that she's doing. I don't know. I loved Captive Prince, and so when I found out this was a thing, I was like, oh, more from C.S. Pacat. Gotta pick that up. And it's really hard not to like spoil it because I mean it's just the first issue. It's just a single issue. So if I give you any kind of summary, it's really gonna ruin it, but essentially it's all about fencing. We've already kind of covered that I'm garbage for boys falling in love and sports and boys falling in love. I want more already. One like 10-page issue wasn't enough. I can't really give a star rating to the comic, but I need to see where it goes. I need more issues to really be able to judge it at all. I don't want to judge it. I'm CS Pacat trash, and that's fine. The last day of November, I finally got to pick up The Alchemist of Loom by Elise Kova. This one, the anticipation for this one is real, and I'm cutting it real close because The Rebels of Gold comes out on December 5th. So I'm more than halfway through, and I'll probably finish this tonight, honestly, because it's good. But I'll tell you about it next month because I didn't get it done. I also started Ready Player One. Said I was going to read this, didn't. I'm just going to roll it over into the next month. The movie doesn't come out until March 18th of 2018, so I've got time. I will read it before March. Since we're already here, I'm just going to make this one video, I think, because I'm not very good at making videos yet. My best friend watches my videos, and she's like, yeah, in your TBR, you just kind of told everyone they should already know what you're talking about, and you didn't really summarize anything. And I'm like, what? They should know. Whoopsie. Gonna finish this tonight. This is gonna happen this month. Can we just appreciate how beautiful this thing is? Like, I love it. It's so pretty. Once I'm done with that, I'm probably just gonna roll right over into the Dragons of Nova. Oh, I wonder what it looks like without its dust jacket. Ooh. It's pretty too. Oh, she did such a good job. Good job, Elise Kova. Good job. Much like. Oh, and then this was one, I had done the pre-order for this one, and it says, to Courtney, bow before no man, dragon, or king. You did spell my name wrong, though. It's like the first time. I've pre-ordered almost all of her books, And even my Air Awakened set is signed, and she always spelled my name right, which made me really happy. I don't have the U in there, and this is like the one where she spelled my name wrong. Elise Kova, why'd you do that? Well, it's fine. That's my whole life. The spirit of continuing on with series, Gathering of Shadows. I really hope there's more Rye in this one, just because he ended up being like my favorite character from A Darker Shade of Magic. I know he wasn't a main character. Well, I mean, he's a main character, but, you know, he didn't really have his own storyline. And, I mean, I can kind of already tell this one's going to be mostly about Lila Bard just from the cover. I'm hoping for more Rye. Like, I just think he's a really interesting character in this awesome world of magic with Kel as a brother. Poor guy can't do anything, and I relate. I'm not the special kid. I mean, I'm a princess, but I don't have any magic powers either. Here's to hoping there's more Rye in this one. I'm also gonna roll over They Both Die at the End. I need to read this. I'm ready to read it. I just wasn't, you know, wasn't ready to cry. I said I was ready to cry, and I wasn't ready to cry. So hopefully before the month is up, I can get through this. I'm really bad. I need to, like, script some kind of synopsis like any other booktubers out there. Like, how do you make these videos? Do you, not like necessarily a script, but do you kind of write your own little synopsis of a book? Like, how do you know what to say, like, when you're finally in front of the camera? Like, I know what it's about, but like cohesive thoughts, how do I, someone help me. I'm not good at booktube. Tower Lord, you already know I've got this. Got the audiobook, it's ready to go. Oops. I'm gonna do my first ever buddy read for the Second Era Mistborn books. I've never buddy read anything before. Never been in like a buddy reading group. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if we're just gonna read the first one or if we're gonna read the whole series. I mean, I'm down either way, but I think the whole series would kind of be a lot with all the other stuff I plan to read this month. But I'm at least gonna buddy read the first one with, oh gosh, what's her name? Elliot Brooks, I think is how you say her name. Please don't hate me if I say your name wrong, but she's like the sweetest girl ever. I'll leave a link to her channel down below, so if you want to be a part of the buddy read, come do that. I think she's gonna set up a Facebook group. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to read books. I don't, life. What is life? I'm not organized. I love Mistborn. Mistborn was one of my husband's all-time favorite books. So we dated for 4 years, and that whole time he was like, you should read Mistborn, you should read Mistborn. And I'm like, nah. And it wasn't till like the first year we were married that I finally read Mistborn. Just, oh my gosh. Like, I was so in love, and then I got kind of mad at him because I was like, you just kind of told me to read it. You didn't tell me that it was amazing. You just said you should read this. Okay, I should also do the laundry or cook dinner, but who wants to do that? The Mistborn books actually taught me a lot about my husband. Like, if he says you should read something, what he actually means is it's gonna blow your mind. It's so epically amazing. It's the best book on the planet. I'm excited to read these though. I loved the original trilogy. Even my husband said these are a lot more, they're not, you know, as mind-blowing as Mistborn, which I think will be good. It's more of a living in the era after Mistborn and the world that they created. I'm really excited to finally read these. I've had them forever. I probably won't read this one because my husband has the signed first edition set of all of these and the Mistborn books, so I don't know if I'll physically read this copy. I think I have a paperback. I hate reading paperbacks, but what if I hurt it? I can't hurt it. This is it's too precious. It's this little baby precious book and I can't hurt it. And then I'm gonna read this, Once Burned by Janine Frost. Look at that Fabio cover. I love it. It's so good. It's probably why I bought these books. I actually have the first 3, and Lauren from Offbeat Book Digest. I've been subscribed to her channel for a long time. She talked to me. Hi. That's just crazy. But anyway, she talked to me and she pointed them out on my shelf and I was like, yeah, that's, couldn't even remember why I had them. I've had them so long. And then it was like, oh my God, you should read it. And I'm just like, oh my God, okay, you're talking to me. Like, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna read it. After she was talking to me and I reread the back, just reminded me why I even bought these books in the first place. Because I'll just read it to you because my synopsises are junk, as we've already covered. Vlad Tempest inspired the greatest vampire legend of all time. But whatever you do, don't call him Dracula. Vlad's ability to control fire makes him one of the most feared vampires in existence. But his enemies have found a new weapon against him, a beautiful mortal with powers to match his own. When Vlad and Lila meet, however, passion ignites, threatening to consume them. It'll take everything they have to stop an enemy intent on bringing them down in flames. Like, okay, alright, Fabio with black hair, I'm gonna read you. And then, last but not least, I finally want to get around to reading this guy. I loved the first one. I wasn't really reading the first issues as they came out. The first saga I ever owned is the big blue hardback compendium that matches this one. They were so good, and I didn't even know this had come out, and then I randomly saw it and I was just like, give it to me. I need it. So yeah, because I owned the first one in the blue hardback to match this one, so I didn't want to buy the issues as they came out just because I wanted this guy to match the other one, you know, because OCD and I need them to be the same on the shelf. So yeah, I'm glad I finally have it, and I'm going to devour this one night. So yeah, I think that's it. 8 things on my TBR for this month. You know, Courtney logic. When you fail at reading your first TBR of only 4 books, you should double it for the next month. Well, anyway, guys, I also wanted to take a second to just say thank you to everyone. It blows me away. I'm so happy that I'm doing it. I mean, I know I suck at it, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I always loved watching Elliot Brooks videos and Offbeat, you know, Lauren from Offbeat Book Digest and Katie from ReadorRot. That's another one. Like, I always watched them and then they're talking to me, you know? Like, whoa. Like, you can't actually talk to me. You know what you're doing, and I'm a flubbering, blumbly mess of me. Thanks, guys, for letting me be your friend, letting me hanging out with me and watching my really bad videos. I remember I wanted to start a booktube channel and I knew I would kind of suck at it. I went back on all my favorite channels and I watched their very first videos ever, and I was like, I remember Katie from ReadorRot, her very first video was just like a 20-minute video of her just gushing about the name of the wind, and I was like, that girl, I want to shrink her, I want to put her in my pocket, and I want to keep her so I can just take her out and have someone to talk to about Name of the Wind whenever I want. And I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. So, pro tip from someone who's made like 3 YouTube videos, just take your favorite booktuber and go back and watch their first video and just use it to motivate yourself. Be like, look, they had to start too. Like, I don't know, I can't really say you get it. You know, I made 4 and I still suck, but thank you. Yeah, I'll leave their links down below and you can go check them out, and I'll leave the link to the buddy read for the second era Mistborn books too. Alright, bye guys.